Hi, it's Marlene, and welcome to the Angel Advisory for the week of June 29th to July 5th. So, last week, how did your week go? My week started off a little bit intense, but then by the about Tuesday, Wednesday, things smoothed out and settled down. And I found that a big factor for that was that I was sort of affirming that when I woke up in the morning. Today is going to be a great day. I call upon the angels to walk beside me and just make it so. And so it was a much better week in that, even though it was a really busy week for me. So today I've continued along in my busyness, and it's quite late here, and I sort of realized, oh, I haven't done the reading for the week. So it's a little bit late, but better late than never. When I asked about an angel who was walking beside us for the week, and that I was given earlier today, I was given Archangel Gabriel is walking beside me, and I thought, well, that's really appropriate because last week I talked about having to stand in our power, and Archangel Gabriel supports us in speaking our truth and standing in our power. She's about leadership, she's about nurturing ourselves and nurturing other people, but in this instance, it's about nurturing ourselves so that we are well looked after, so that we can step into our true power, we can speak our own truth, which is also something that she helps us with. And we can also then step into a leadership role. There are many right now being asked to step into a leadership role, and it is really difficult for some of us to actually go, "Ooh, what am I going to lead?" Doesn't matter, you'll be guided along the way. So also the Archangel Uriel is here, and she has asked, or he has asked, that we pay attention to our crown chakras, which is on the top of our head, and we pay attention because also Archangel Chamuel is here, and he is all about the solar plexus. So this is a week to really pay attention to our intuitions and our gut feelings and follow through on them, because we are being sort of guided and it will lead us down the right path. Also this week we have community happening a lot in Canada. We have Canada Day happening on July 1st, which is Tuesday, and then on Friday it's 4th of July, which is a big celebration down in the United States. So we have all of this community happening this week, and it's a great week to have that. And so we'll get into picking some cards and seeing what kind of energy we're going to have for the week. Okay, as you can see, I'm out on my deck, and I'm going to do things just a little bit differently tonight because it's just such a beautiful night out here. And you can hear the crows, and the reason why, if you can hear them, if my mic is picking them up, is because we have baby crows. And today I've spent quite a bit of time watching Mama look after them because their wings haven't fully formed yet. They're still kind of downy, and they're not flying yet. They're just hopping around. Okay, here's the first card that wants to come out, and I'm using Denise Lynn's Gateway cards today. So this card is about letting go. I'll try and hold this close. I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. So this week is about letting go. Do not try and swim upstream, try and go with the flow. And the more that you can do that, the better it will be for you this week. It'll go a lot smoother and transition a lot better. Oh, look at that. I can figure out my phone here and how I can bring things in closer and that. So we have two fish here. I am a Pisces, and for me, sometimes going with the flow is rather a hard thing because it's like, well, no, actually, I don't think it's a hard thing. That's a mistake. For me personally, it's rather easy sometimes to go with the flow because that just means that you're not fighting against something. You're just allowing it to happen, and perhaps you won't have to make a decision. So this week we are being asked to let go and go with the flow. The second card that's going to come up for us is healing the past. I step into my future with strength and clarity. Okay, so we're healing all the bad from the last few weeks and that. If you've had a rough couple of weeks, this is the week that is bringing it all into balance. So you might have answers to things that happened in the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months, and that being answered, and it's time for a healing to happen, and maybe something will just sort of click and you'll have clarity about why something has happened. In that, because often that's sort of what happens to us, is we have a bad week, so we're going to let go and just sort of flow down the river of life and see what comes to us, because in that moment of letting go, clarity happens, and when clarity happens, often that leads us to an aha moment in which we can heal a situation or just sort of have clarity and let the past go, and that in and of itself is very healing. When we're not hanging on to something going, well, why did this happen? And it shouldn't have happened. Third card is manifesting dreams. I think we've had this one before, and it's my dreams are coming true. So what have you been dreaming about lately? It's a good week to just sort of allow things to be. So, okay, manifesting our dreams. I'm going to actually look at this card because I want to see what the book has about it. Life goes in cycles. There is a time for planting seeds and a time for harvesting bounty. Right now is your time for harvesting. Your innermost dreams and desires are manifesting. Don't stop the flow by doubting the process. All is unfolding according to your highest good. So that speaks volumes to me, because sometimes what happens is we get caught up when we're manifesting our dreams as to what they should look like and how step A should be, and then we move on to step B, and then we move on to step C, and then we have our dream happen. And a lot of times the universe goes, no, we're not doing it that way, because we have a shortcut, which won't seem like a shortcut, but you will get there and you will have a solid foundation and you will have more than you could ever expect. And so to manifest our dreams is just sort of knowing that now is the time to harvest. And so we're not building up new dreams, and actually that's very appropriate because we are kind of coming along off of the Mercury retrograde, which will happen on July 2nd. And in that time we were told sort of like, okay, it's not a time of action, and so now it's a time of action. So it's like we have been planting the seeds of thought of what we were going to be wanting to manifest, and now is the opportune time to actually have it come forward. So this week we're going to relinquish our control and allow Spirit to take the wheel. Okay, that's our letting go. We're just going to go with the flow this week. We're not going to cast hurdles in front of ourselves, and we're not going to take life so seriously. Just sort of like, oh, the plans got changed. We're not going on a picnic today because it rained. Well, we'll have a picnic in our house, because that's just the way it is when you're going with the flow. So we have going with the flow, we have healing the past. It's the other one I wanted to look at, and that is it's about dissolving the old blockages and just realizing that when you go with the flow and you're manifesting your dreams and you don't often know everything, and that pay attention this week, because it really feels appropriate for all of us that something is going to click this week, and it is going to be a healing for our past. It'll be like we'll have understanding and clarity about something that happened, and it's just going to be good. So this week, walk along with Archangel Gabriel, Chamuel, and Uriel, and know that you're safe as always. And I thank you for joining me today. As always, I enjoy doing this. It's a gift from my heart. I enjoy being the channel from the angels. So have a blessed week, everyone, and I'll talk to you next weekend.